something like a dream or a slip of the tongue or a joke for Freud is a symptom, but it's not just random. It tells us it's something that is in need of interpretation. Similarly, for Marx, the commodity is a kind of something that has a value, but if you're going to understand what it is that gives that commodity a value, it's not simply the result of an accidental interrelationship between supply and demand, but is the precise result of a vast network of social relations. So there's some symptoms I'm going to want to look at. So what are they? So it's the killing of African Americans seemingly with impunity. It's the missing and murdered Aboriginal women. It's disappeared. It's the CIA interrogating illegal combatants. It's changing carceral logic and the death penalty. So I'm not going to look at all of them, but I'm going to look at some of them. So let's start with the first word. I like this word. As I said, this is a word that vexes me and I'm interested in. How many of you know this image? So it's sort of a question of like, who has read Thomas Hobbes' Leviathan? Who has hated Thomas Hobbes' Leviathan? Yes, very good. Who has, I want to ask you, how many of you have a background in political science? The same people who've read the Leviathan. People want to read the Leviathan, they have to. So I'm included among them. I would never have read the Leviathan if I didn't have to. And sometimes I'm sorry I did. So this is another interesting and complicated image. It's an image that Hobbes himself probably designed in order. When you Google frontispiece, this is the image that comes up. It's the frontispiece to, and it's the paradigmatic frontispiece. It's the frontispiece to this great book, The Leviathan. And in The Leviathan, Hobbes is really struggling with this new political form, which was the state. He was trying to find a way to explain it, understand it, to come up with a mythology for it, in order to explain not just the thing itself, but more importantly, its power. He was trying to understand and explain the power of this new, it was a new kid on the block at the time, 1651, when he was writing The State. And so the image gives us lots of ways of thinking about what he's trying to tell us in the Leviathan. So one thing is, this is always the thing that my students love, so hopefully you will too. His body, you can't really tell, it's made up of a whole bunch of little people. He's like the original cake. His body is made up of all the little people. So this is the body politic.